Hey everybody, this is Dharma. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is a general reading. Not every reading will resonate with everyone. Not every message within the message will resonate with everyone. Time is fluid, although the intentions have been set for recent, past, current, and near future. Wherever you are on the timeline depends how much work you've done on the self and how much healing you've done of old wounds, even all the way back to childhood. If you want to know more about healing, you can look up videos on Jung and shadow work. I would suggest if you're really in a traumatized state that you get just get some good therapy under your belt or get some stabilization under your belt before you dig into the shadow too much. However, your triggers are your wounds. So, and the thing about shadow work, and it hasn't worked out this way for me, but it usually works better if you're feeling the feelings at the time you're doing it. And it's messy, it's painful, it's gross, but like lancing a boil is necessary. So we'll be digging up bones, but it's worth it. Energy is fluid. We all hold masculine and feminine energies within us, just as the universe and the divine. Masculine energy is direct and active. Feminine energy is receptive and passive. That's the truth. Somebody's going to get a truth here today. When I read the gender on the card, it's just how the energy is operating in that position at that moment. So you may apply the genders as you will, discard them completely. These energies could be you, could be someone around you. However, if you see qualities, good, bad, or indifferent in someone else around you, then take a look inside yourself. These people may not actually be around you at this time. It just means you're thinking about them. They're thinking about you. They're in the energy. Take it as it resonates. That being said, we do not other anyone here based on anything. Race, creed, gender, lack thereof. Everyone is welcome. Guides, ancestors, holy guardian angels, Most High God, we ask you for your presence and blessing on this reading. Only give us clear, concise messages only for Cancer Collective's greatest and highest good. Thank you so much. So, current situation, somebody feels like they're in lack. Somebody has a lack mentality. What that means is you're not trusting the universe to provide your need. Maybe somebody wants more than what the universe is giving them at this time. The universe will always give you what you need when you need it. It may not be exactly when you want it. You may have to wait a few hours for that next meal, but you're going to get it. By the way, we thank you so much, universe, for the many blessings you give us. The issue is somebody's refusing to go within and take a look at themselves. They don't want to see what's in the shadow. They want to continue to fault everything and everyone else but themselves. They do not want to take responsibility for their own healing. Our wounds are not always our fault. Sometimes they are, but not always. But it is our responsibility to heal. It may not seem fair, but that's part of the human condition. Just as we have been wounded, we have wounded. So, yeah, I guess in a way it is kind of fair. Recent past, please and thank you. Recent past, please and thank you. Recent past, please and thank you. Timelines seem to be speeding up. I didn't say that. So you're either going to be stuck on the yucky timeline or you're going to get it together, start doing the work, and get on a better timeline. It's your choice. The universe doesn't force us. We do have free will to a certain extent. The universe will give you messages. They'll get louder and harsher as time goes by, till you get on the path the universe wants you on. But hey, you don't have to. Let me tell you something. Don't be thinking it's fun to be chosen. It's a blessing because the universe has a special plan for it. The universe has a special plan for all of us. But the chosen ones, they suffer because they've got a lot of lifting to do, a lot of muscle to build before they're ready to carry out the mission that's been assigned to them. So, in the recent past, the tower reversed. Yep, somebody didn't want to do that shadow work, didn't want to look within, so they avoided a tower. Nonetheless, cycle has ended. That might be for someone else. I don't know. Let's see what else comes out. In the subconscious, maybe someone else avoided the tower and closed the cycle. The subconscious, something being exposed. Sun, let me show you the card, sorry. The sun. Some people call it the happiest card in the deck. Could be. Something came to light for somebody. And somebody didn't get an offer of love. Someone didn't make an offer of love. Someone rejected an offer of love. Oh, look here. One flipped up that I didn't even see. That Empress. I think that Empress turned down an offer. Maybe it was tainted love. Empress is sitting in her abundance. She doesn't have a lack mindset. She might not have a lot compared to, what other people see with their physical eyes, but she feels like she's in her abundance, or someone sees her as an empress. I think she's sitting in her abundance, attracting. She's not out there chasing empty things to fill her up spiritually, where she knows that God's got her in the consciousness. And like I said, I'm reading the gender on the cards. That's how the energy is operating. It could be a guy. So someone, looks to me like someone's aware of this about someone else. Could be themselves. But we need to bring those energies into the consciousness, face them. Because it's already been brought to light. Something's been brought. Maybe that something came to light for the Empress and she started rejecting cups of love from somebody on the move. All the time on the move is what I'm getting. And the consciousness. Winning at all costs. But I think that's someone who's running away, walking away from that. You want those swords? You can have them. Swords of truth, swords of mental clarity, swords. Some are not upright. Some are not upright. So somebody's just walking away from a battle. They're like, yeah, I don't need that. They're walking away from this very immature energy who is not in control of passions and misuses passions. They went within. Hangman didn't want to get a different perspective, but whoever this is walking away from these immature energies, misuse passions, whether their own or someone else's against them, they went within. That's that Empress. Near future. Pretty clear reading. They're giving me too many cards, but Okay, they're letting me read it clearly and concisely, so I guess it's the right amount. Near future, near future, near future. Slowest night in the deck. Somebody's barely moving. They've got something to offer, something tangible. That's the night that builds foundations, but there's that devil, something keeping someone bound. Somebody's going to make a judgment call. Somebody's going to call judgment on something. Might be that devil. Maybe the Knight of Pentacles is the devil. Knight of Cups reversed, Knight of Pentacles. That Knight of Pentacles, he's solid. He's upright, so I don't think so. Maybe the Knight of Pentacles, the slow one's going to make a judgment call. Maybe they're going to break things that they're bound to that aren't good for them. People, places, things, activities, substances, TV, sex, who knows? Denial. In the environment, sure, it's not quite upright. Somebody hadn't quite got control yet, but when they call judgment on that beast energy, and it could be a contract. It doesn't necessarily have to be a shady contract. It just might not be where you're supposed to be. Sweet memories, nostalgia, offering an innocent or youthful energy, a cup of love, flowers, abundance. I don't know what that's about. Those are external influences. Hopes and fears. Yeah, this kind of man doesn't want to go within. He doesn't want to face a PC. Doesn't want to get a new perspective. Doesn't want to do the work. Basically, they want to avoid a transformation where they're afraid they won't make a transformation. It could be a physical transformation crossing over. But usually it's just the end of a cycle that's really had us, and somebody's afraid they won't be able to do it, or they hope they don't have to do it. For some of y'all, this is somebody around you doesn't want you to make this change. They benefit off you being bound in some way, shape, or form. Your influence, external influence to fix this up. Yeah, somebody might be trying to use happy memories, sweet memories, to keep somebody from calling judgment on that binding energy, that addictive energy. Somebody's almost got control in the near future, but they need to break those chains, go within. Not a swords reversed, an aggressive energy, a bully. Don't do that, Cancer. That's not good. That's your influence. A narcissist, sociopath, just a really hateful energy. And they're not in the upright, so that's not the truth. That's lies, slander, half truths, lies of omission. The Cancer, it's like somebody around you might be getting it together. Maybe you're the bully. We can bully people in ways of things. not so bad on the surface, but they're really devious and underhanded. I hope that's not you, but that's your influence. Potential outcome. Well, reading started out good for somebody. If these are people around you, you need to get away from them if you want to do the healing work and get on the mega happy timeline. Yep, potential outcome, not doing the healing, not working well with others, or not working with people on an upright project, upright activity, and Hierophant, that's somebody that's in direct contact with God. They're upright. They've got a connection. So it looks like this Empress energy, just like whatever these people are doing, so devil energy. She's good. Wow. That's a harsh energy, Cancer. And I know we don't want to hear messages like that, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes what looks good to us is the worst thing for us, and sometimes things that be harsh, things that are harsh, excuse my grammar, are the messages we need. Somebody's had to hear it. Please today. Bottom of the deck, not giving and receiving, out of balance. Somebody's taking more than they give, or trying to get a drink of water. Now I'll give you the archetype messages in the shadow that if you're willing to go within and get on the path, they will be the things that you can look at and walk with as you move through these energies. Won't control others. We can try. We might even get a measure of control if they don't stand in their power, but it's not legitimate and it's wrong. We don't have that right. The only person we are allowed to control is ourselves, the minor children, and it has to be done with truth, integrity, upright, gentleness, love, all fruits of the Spirit. Ooh-wee. It made me feel weird in my stomach. Like, I don't feel bad. It's just, I feel bad for the person who's reading this. But, you know, everybody can change if we're sincere and we're honest. A broken and contrite heart, God will not despise. But if you keep having a broken and contrite heart and refusing to do the work and get on get right, that's when God's going to have a problem. That's what God, Holy Guardian Angel, Most High God, please get archetypal energies that are hidden in the shadow for Cancer to work for, say, attempt to navigate these energies. Thank you so much. Networker in shadow. Conveying information only for personal gain, spread fear, and falsehood. All right, that's what they're asking y'all to look at, work with, get rid of it, but you got to heal the wound that causes it. You can do both at one time. You might be able to get that under control and then do the work, but I would say you got to do the work, and it's going to be a constant thing. But they're giving you something positive that you can work with. Destroyer in the upright, releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Spirit. So that's a lot of heavy energies, and we don't want to leave somebody discouraged. My last reading yesterday didn't get they didn't get one upright archetype card, and they got a bunch. felt so sorry for them, but it's their story. They got to get on and get right. These in the shadows, stealing money, creative ideas, affections, or other powers or things you think you lack. Somebody's in a lack mindset. Visionary and the like. The capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Beautiful. So you've got it within you. We always have within us what we need to make difficult transitions and break the chains that bind, but it's up to us to figure out what those are and how to use them. But you got this, Cancer. I believe in you. Thanks so much for joining.